How has this remedial discussion been going from your perspective? Have you been heard?
Yeah, so our CEO just wrapped up almost 6 hours of testimony yesterday in the trial. And it's our belief that over the last 15 years since both the case was filed and the time that the case addresses, Google's illegally monopolized the search market. And so throughout that time, we've never had a fair playing field to compete. And the remedies in this case can change that.
Well, the remedies, Alphabet would argue, go too far. Spinning off Chrome, for example. We'll get to a price point for Chrome in a moment. I know Ed's eager to talk about that. But there's other ones in terms of whether it's selling off Chrome, whether it's sharing data. Realistically, what would you like to be done that makes it more of a level playing field?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Each of the remedies that have been proposed by the government are necessary but not sufficient on their own. We're talking about undoing more than 15 years of illegal monopoly. So
you think it doesn't go far enough?
I think that everything in there deserves to be there and has a very targeted purpose and specifically addresses what the judge put in his ruling. There's both a distribution advantage and a scale advantage. So you need access to users, right? Right now, most users don't actually pick Google. That decision is made for them by the fact that they're the near default, the near exclusive default everywhere people access search engines. When you have that advantage, it means you have a scale advantage. And you heard multiple CEOs from different companies over this week talk about that scale advantage and how that makes getting quality search results difficult. Even OpenAI was saying that it's an 80-20 thing. They can do 80%. But then when it comes to the 20% of what's called long-tail queries, these are specific queries that aren't done a lot, even they're struggling with it. And Google still has the best index.
Kamyl, I do want to talk to you about queries. I think you've talked about this in the past, but what came out of the process is that Chrome is a hot commodity, right? Your boss assigned a $50 billion value, but we hear from Yahoo and OpenAI that they're interested in it. What I'd appreciate you spelling out for the audience is what would your business actually get in purchasing or there being a change in the ownership of Chrome, particularly in light of that Chromium, the underlying source base or source code, is open source anyway.
So if you are a big tech company and you are trying to make money, which is, of course, the goal, and you have advertising, the fact that the most popular browser in the entire world would be up for sale is an enormous value. I mean, if you think about the case that's going on just downstairs from the search case, the Meta case, Meta bought WhatsApp for $19 million. $19 billion. The worth of Chrome is at least double that. You can imagine any big tech company that has an ad service would put ads on a Chrome that they own, and that could create endless monetization opportunities for them.
I believe that you would like to have access to Google's click and query data.
Yeah.
What is the benefit of that to you, please?
Yeah, so the benefit there is, Google has a massive scale advantage now when compared to other search engines. And that scale advantage means they see much more clicks and queries than other search engines, which means that they can improve the quality of their search engines faster and just overall have a better quality than others can. Our CEO talked about yesterday, right? Let's say you look something up on DuckDuckGo, you're trying to go to a pharmacy or a restaurant, and you might see that the hours aren't correct. But they are on Google, and oftentimes that's because of that kind of click and query data. More people are clicking on the correct hours, thus giving Google the information that this is what you should be displaying to users. And you don't want someone switching to DuckDuckGo and having them try a few things out and then end up rage quitting at the end of it. And so by sharing this data, you can level the quality playing field while also making improvements to it. Because as I think people have seen, Google has said to, with its AI overviews or telling people to eat rocks and put glue on pizza. There is a lot of opportunity for better integrations and better services. And so This is not at all a copy and paste. This is asking for a level playing field on which to compete.
You feel that Google should be forced to give you that data?
I think that is how you can level the playing field for other search engines.
And it's not just about leveling the playing field. Remind us of the benefit to the consumer here, because, I mean, it's all very well that your business wants to do better, but me as a consumer is really rather happy with my experience thus far.
You know, I think that there's a little bit of a Stockholm syndrome happening with Google, in that everyone's like, well, this is great. I'm enjoying this. But you're also somewhat captive to this because you've never been exposed to alternatives. I mean, you know, anyone watching here, try and switch your search engine right now and see if you can finish it by the time we're done. It is too difficult to do it, and that's not an accident, right? Google is extremely good at designing products to get users to do exactly what they want to do, and in this case, what they don't want to do as well.